Oh, hello and welcome to Late Night Dino. Yes, it is the night of nights, opening 49 packs of Streets of New Capena at the moment. Certainly, I think I'm guaranteed to get my all-time favorite, the only dinosaur in this set, Topiary Stomper, but I've got a little bit of a list, a wish list, you could say, of things I hope to redeem, but certainly Topiary Stomper. Number one, of course, it is a dino, so that's going to be good. Yeah, 49 packs. We're going to see a lot of fun stuff here tonight. I'll just leave that wish list up for a second as people join so they can see, hopefully, the majority of the packs. But so far, this is what I've come up with. Professional Facebreaker. Red, a rare. Menace, whenever one or more creatures we control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. A little bit temporary ramp for a turn. We can sacrifice the treasure to exile the top card of our library, and we may play that card this turn. So, Professional Facebreaker, it meets the requirement of having more than 2 toughness to survive a Marauding Raptor ping, so I could see this being pretty nice play turn 3 after turn 2 Marauding Raptor. Or perhaps, of course, Otepic Huntmaster on turn 2, Marauding Raptor for 1 on turn 3, and then with 2 more lands, something like Professional Facebreaker, swinging probably with Marauding Raptor, but potentially this card as well. Making treasure tokens, ramping a little bit, potentially playing extra cards. Excuse me. I like the sound of this, definitely. And with Menace, there might be something more there with Rampaging Ferocidon and Labyrinth Raptor, the card that cares about creatures you control if they have Menace. Whenever 2 creatures are blocking, or 2 or more creatures are blocking a creature with Menace, they have to sacrifice one of those creatures. Pretty fantastic. So more good things with Menace is always something I'm having my eye on. If it makes Menace Matters, Menace Tribal, a little bit better, I think this card could do that. Fight Rigging, this could be very, very interesting. 2 and a green, so quite easy to cast. Hideaway 5. When this permanent enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of our library. Exile 1 face down and put the rest on the bottom. So we're aiming to exile some big, nasty creature, the best possible dinosaur, or maybe non-dinosaur, but the best possible creature we can. And at the beginning of our combat, put a counter on target creature we control. Then if we control a creature with power 7 or greater, which for dinos, controlling a creature with power 7 or greater, definitely, that can be somewhat easy thing to meet. Definitely Galta being a 12/12, but sometimes Marauding Raptor could be sitting at 8 power, depending how many dinos it's pinged on that turn. So I think with a little bit of tweaking, potentially something like Fight Rigging, that could be a fairly easy requirement to meet. Definitely for dinos, maybe some other decks, but playing stuff for free, that's what it's all about. Who doesn't love that? And of course, Topiary Stomper. That is, man, this is going to be fun tonight. Hopefully I open at least 1 copy. If I don't, of course, I'll redeem it with whatever wildcards I need to. I'll certainly open up enough wildcards to at least get a playset of this, and hopefully the Naya and Jund Lands. But at the very least, if all I get is Topiary Stomper, that's good. But we're going to get a lot more wildcards, certainly. And it's pretty sweet with this update here. I see my vault progress is at 77.8, so we may actually open up that as well tonight. Man, that would be sweet. Riveteer's Charm. I mentioned this before in a little bit of a dino review. Pretty much each mode, it's always going to be fantastic. You're always going to be using one. At the very least, exiling the top 3 cards of your library and being able to play them until your next end step. So you may want to cast this at the end of the opponent's turn, and then you have that mana completely free during your whole turn until the end to play those 3 cards. So at the very least, it's always useful. 100%. It should basically never be a dead draw, which is just lovely stuff. And then exiling graveyards, very relevant, the third ability. And the first one, sacrificing a creature or planeswalker with the highest mana value. Chances are that's the thing you want to be taking out anyways, so it's pretty nice. It gets around hexproof, indestructible, making the opponent have to sacrifice it. Very good stuff. Very good. And, I got to talk about this card. I was thinking about it a little bit tonight after I had bought all my packs from the store with gold, which is quite fantastic. You can spend certain amounts of gold instead of gems to get the 45 or the 90 pack bundle, and then you get a free copy of Jaxus the Troublemaker, and with the full art there, which is just lovely stuff. But the Blitz cost, so if we choose to play it for Blitz, it's 1 and a red. If we have Marauding Raptor out, I'm almost certain it gets reduced by 1, so we play Jaxus for a single red. We pay a red, tap it, discard a card, create a token for basically another red. Consider that token could be another Regisaur Alpha, Carnage Tyrant, anything nasty, and specifically with Regisaur Alpha, the token that's made when the Regisaur Alpha token comes in, we don't actually lose that dinosaur token. We only would lose that original Regisaur Alpha, which is also quite nice. So making temporary copies of dinos for very cheap, I'm quite excited about this. I could see myself running 3 copies, 4 copies. If I've already played it, not for its Blitz cost, so it's just sitting there, I could use it. The first copy I have, play another copy of Jaxus, make another copy of, I don't know, who knows what, but it would get out of control real quick. Yeah, that's definitely something I'm interested in. It's nice having some more opportunities to copy creatures in red, where previously we haven't had a whole lot of that. A lot of it has been blue, and I don't really like blue quite as much. You may have heard me mention about Shifting Ceratops, one of my favorites, one of the best dinosaurs that we have access to. But Shifting Ceratops has protection from blue, and sometimes I just want to make copies of Shifting Ceratops. And you can't if that spell is partially blue colored. So it can be a drawback. It can be quite awkward and painful, to say the least. But yes, Jaxus, going to be good. Ognis, the Dragon's Lash, pretty easy to cast. Don't actually need black. We can choose to pay red. So at the very least, it would be 2 red and a green, hopefully reduced by 1 from Marauding Raptor. But whenever a creature we control with haste attacks, create a tapped treasure token. Regisaur Alpha gives all dinos haste. Bam. I could see this going off quite nicely, making 2, 3 treasure tokens. Perhaps that's all we need to play something big, or a couple nice things the following turn. Definitely. At least a couple copies. I do like haste, the potential of that. Oh, man. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. So if at least I open up a single copy of this, I might redeem a wild card for it. But haste, oftentimes, a lot of our creatures, the majority of dinos, they do have it. It's going to be good. Pretty decent. And speaking of haste, more haste, the Phyrexian of the set, Urabrask, Heretic Praetor. Praetor? However you want to pronounce that. Yeah. Haste at the beginning of your upkeep. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Good stuff. Good stuff. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, exile that card. Exile the top card of their library. They may play it this turn. So if it's a pretty sweet card, they're forced to play it. If they don't play it on that turn, it just goes away, simply. I think that's going to be very, very powerful, especially if somebody's digging for something. They get maybe a nice wrath, I don't know, some nice answer. It's going to really cause them to think about the stuff they want to use. and it could potentially leave them more tapped out than they normally would be. I'm very excited about this card. Again, at least probably one copy, I would think. But it's high time. Let's open up those packs. I'll save the wish list. Alrighty, Topiary Stomper, let's go. Well, I can't use that. Hostile Takeover. Up to one target creature has base power and toughness, 1/1 until end of turn. Interesting. One other target creature has base power and toughness, 4/4. Then Hostile Takeover deals 3 damage to each creature. Well, I don't know. I mean, it could help us take out something. Make something small. Make it die. Save something by making one of our smaller creatures 4/4 to survive that 3 damage. Nah, too hard to cast, definitely, with being Grixis colors, blue, black, and red. Hey, oh, the Black Hideaway. I don't think I've actually ever looked at this quite yet. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 3 cards. Well, then if there are 20 or more cards in your graveyard, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. That's not for Jund Dinos. Oh, the first Riveteer Charm, good stuff. Incandescent Area, that's a poor man's Anger of the Gods, I think. Which, I don't know, is Anger of the Gods? No, Anger of the Gods is legal in Explorer. I was thinking it wasn't, but yeah. Poor man's Anger of the Gods. Oh, hey, there we go. I mentioned Professional Facebreaker. So at least I got one copy there. Good stuff. Ledger Shredder. Well, maybe if I ever go Tamer, whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Ledger Shredder connives. To have a creature connive, draw a card, discard a card. If you discarded a non-land, well, okay. That's not going to be so good. No Ledger Shredder. Broker's Ascendancy. It's Bant colors. Maybe one day I do Bant Dinos. At the beginning of your end step, putting a 1/1 counter on each creature, that seems pretty decent. I don't see myself going Bant Dinos anytime soon, but it could be a possibility. Definitely. Oh, there we go. First Cabretti Charm. Again, probably not going to be using this. It seems certainly quite weak for all the stuff I want to do. No. Errant. Street Artist. Don't want that. Well, no. It is one rare wild card, so even opening things that I don't need, it's going to, later on, increase the chances of eventually getting something I'm looking for. Park Heights Pegasus. 1 toughness. Dies to marauding. I don't like that. But 2 for a 2/1 flying trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If you had 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield under your control this turn. I actually think that seems pretty decent, although the trample part on it seems kind of awkward. Maybe you'd want to increase the power, but its toughness, it's going to die to pretty much anything. It dies to a swift breeze, and a Pegasus certainly should not die to a swift breeze with, I mean, it flies, so you'd think it would survive, but yeah, that's pretty weak, it seems, toughness-wise. Hey, another Riveteer's Charm, good stuff. I mean, it does save on common wild cards. I do have 225, so Probably don't need to worry if I open some or not. Tenacious Underdog. Nah. Cut your losses. Ooh. I'm actually kind of a little bit worried about this. Mono blue mill or whatever colors they want to go, but something mill related. 4 and 2 blue, so it is fairly expensive to do this, but target player mills half their library rounded down. That is nasty. Nasty, nasty stuff. And casualty 2, as they cast it, they may sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater, and they copy us. Man, it's going to get out of control real quick. This, again, it is pretty expensive, but certainly I could see a bunch of people trying out mono blue mill, some combination. Oh, another incandescent area. Man. Huh, well. Technically, it's something I might be able to use when I do go back to Naya dinos. Hey, mythic rares, okay. 2 rare, 2 mythic. Getting there. Evolving Door. Well, I don't really like that so much. Pay 1, sacrifice a creature. Count the colors of the sacrificed creature. Search your library for a creature card that's exactly that many colors, +1. No dinos yet, Blue Bear. I haven't opened up any Topiary Stompers, unfortunately. I'm shedding some tears, but there's still 36 packs to go, so definitely. Haven't opened up any of the Naya or the Jund Lands quite yet, but some interesting things. Nothing too crazy at the moment. But yeah, Evolving Door, that's kind of rough. You exile the card that you search for, and you may cast the exile card. Like, you don't even get to cast it for reduced, you don't get to cast it for free. So you're paying 1, you're tapping this, you're losing a creature. So you better be grabbing something, probably a toolbox or a silver bullet, whatever you want to call it. I think that's probably the only situation I can see this really, really being good. If you desperately need something, Evolving Door might be able to help you out in that case. But otherwise, having to just normally play it for its normal cost, not quite worth it. Oh, hey, there we go. That's what I was hoping for. At least 1 copy of Agnes. It's going to pair quite nicely with Regisaur Alpha again. Everything. Well, most creatures having haste, if they are dinos, making lots of treasure tokens whenever something with haste attacks. Very exciting stuff. So that's good. I don't have to at least redeem 1 wild card for it. Might redeem 2 copies, but very easy to play. Technically, Gruul colors. Don't have to play the black again, but yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, well. Oh, 100%. There's some fantastic combinations. Yeah. Lovely, lovely stuff. Very exciting. But Luxior, Giadas, Gaiadas, however you want to say it. I don't know, really, but Luxior Gaiadas Gift, 1. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on it. If I was doing something like Hardened Scales, +1/+1 counter dinos, I could see maybe this being pretty good, but it is a legendary artifact. I do like consistency. So I would want to have a couple copies of this in the deck, but no, not quite. Not quite. Probably not. Oh, there we go. Cheering. Knocked it out. Proud. All right. We're up to 3 rares. Certainly we're going to be getting up to 4 at the very least. So even if I don't open up a single Topiary Stomper, the plant dino, I am... Oh, Heart of the Cards. My goodness, there we go. The first copy. That's pretty sweet. It's always lovely seeing you open, or just opening something you were really hoping for, knowing you saved a wild card and you can use it for, oh, as I say, man, that's good. Maybe I open up back-to-back Topiary Stompers. I would buy a lottery ticket if that happened right here. A Psychic. Okay. No, I didn't think really that would happen. But the first Topiary Stomper, and we still got 31 packs to go. There could be a pretty good chance we see a second copy, and I'm just going to be rolling in the wild cards. Even the score, I do want to highlight this. That it's very, very interesting, definitely, against certain decks. I mean, technically, Gruul Dinos could use this if they've drawn enough things. It's very interesting, for sure. If you're casting it after they've drawn 4 cards, I mean, that's just... It doesn't get better than that. Pay X, draw X cards. Instant speed. You can't top that. But I'm actually quite intrigued about even the score here. Of course, probably be very narrow uses. It does cost 3 blue. You pretty much only want to cast it when they've drawn 4 more cards on any particular turn. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty difficult to play that. But very intriguing, this card. The second copy of Ledger Shredder, Blueberry. You may have seen me open up the first one. And I did my free draft with the draft token. Opened up, or I rare drafted another copy of Ledger Shredder. So currently I'm sitting at 3 copies of this card. It does have 3 toughness, so of course it's going to survive a ping from Marauding Raptor. Always, that's a nice bar to meet. It does, and that equipment for Planeswalkers, you can imagine having that in paper, the colors, whatever that color ball is on it, in foil. That, I think that would just sparkle, shine. Oh, it would look fantastic. I always like to think of what some of these cards would look like in foil, and yeah, a lot of dinos look very fantastic in foil, from Ixalan, Rivals of Ixalan. Some of the dinos with kind of rainbow colored feathers. Oh, if you get the chance, maybe pick up 1 or 2 of them, at least 1 copy of it, just so you can see it in person, because it is stunning. Yes, indeed. Sanguine Spy? I mean, it's interesting. Technically, I could use it in Jund Dinos, Menace, Lifelink. Well, it's something. But the pay one, sacrifice another creature, look at the top card of your library, and you may put it into your graveyard. So it's kind of like a scry. You look at the top card, you may put it on the bottom. Instead, this is the graveyard. So having the option to pay 1, sacrifice something, some creature of our own that's maybe being targeted by some removal, some sort of answer, and just kind of make the removal dead. Get far more use out of responding to that removal. Foil dinos, 100% Bluebeard. They are, you said it. Sometimes, but there are a lot of foil common dinos, which I know I've been saying it. My dino paper collection stream, I'm going to have it for you guys, 100%. I have a lot of common dinos from Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan in foil, and I'll tell you, it is lovely stuff. Of course, being common, they're like 10 cents, something around 10 cents, maybe less, depending how hard you want to look. And they look fantastic, even commons. Oh, well, I'm not using that. Ginny Faye, Jetmir second. Of course, she does have 3 toughness. Again, surviving Marauding Raptor, but the 2 tokens that come into play, a 2/2 cat dies to marauding. A 3/1 dog also dies to marauding. But I could really see a cat dino tribal kind of working, or at least working a little bit more. Ren and Sari, the legendary creature from M21, the cat dog. A little bit more support here, making a cat and a dog in one card. I could see people trying out cat dog tribal. Pet tribal, I guess you could say. It probably makes more sense for a name. Ooh, the first Halo Fountain. That in foil. I was talking about foil dinos, but this, you can imagine, in foil. Even if you just never plan to ever play this in any deck, just having it in a hard case, something like that. Oh, chef's kiss. Alpha Dino Cats. Oh, another rare wild card. Oh, we're up to 5. Good stuff. Good stuff. Rigo, Streetwise Mentor. Well, I can't really play that. Probably don't want to play that. It's 2 toughness. We're going to forget about it. Try and move through things pretty quickly here. I'll whip together some list using the new Topiary Stomper, of course. They're going fantastic, Draco. I have opened up 1 Topiary Stomper. I even did technically kind of predict that I was going to open it. Kind of say, oh, I'm going to open up a Topiary Stomper basically every pack, so I'm pretty much guaranteed to be right at least once, and I have been right once so far. But even opening 1, I'm sitting currently at 5 rares, so I got the full playset of Topiary Stomper guaranteed, which is fantastic. Wiretapping. Well, I'll read it for you guys, anybody that doesn't know, but maybe tamer dinos. Whenever you draw a card, or whenever you draw your first card during each of your draw steps, draw a card. Oh, that's kind of nice. Huh. So you draw 2 cards a turn, if I'm reading that correctly. Then if you have 9 or more cards in hand, play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Ooh. I actually like the sounds of that. 4 and a blue to just draw an extra card each turn. I like that. Seems pretty decent, and only needing 1 blue to play, it's pretty easy, definitely. But I think if I was going with wiretapping, I'd probably prefer something like the Immortal Sun, which our spells cost 1 less, creatures we control get +1/+1. We draw an additional card each turn, and Planeswalker loyalty abilities can't be activated. It is a legendary artifact from Rivals of Ixalan, but it does cost 6, so 1 more than wiretapping here. But it just does so much. Meeting of... yes. Oh. Yes, Blue Bear, Hideaway. No. Actually, Hideaway is from Lorwyn. Let me see. I'll pull it up for you guys. I'll link it. 1 second here. So bear with me. I do actually have, and I'm hoping they add this card. I'll just go in the text. Mossward Bridge. I would love to use this in Arena and Explorer, something like that. But for anybody that doesn't know, Hideaway is actually a very, very old keyword. This one's Hideaway 4, so it is 1 less than the Hideaway 5 cycle of Streets of New Capena, but that right there, Mossward Bridge. There's a whole cycle from Lorwyn, Shadowmoor. Which one was it? Lorwyn, yeah, so going way back to 2007, I believe. Quite old, quite old. All right, 24 packs, let's go, at least 1 more. One more Topiary Stomper, but yeah, Draco, as you say, meeting of the 5. Hopefully I don't meet a card or a copy of that tonight. Maybe I should just use... I should make a Dino deck with meeting of the 5 and just try to make it good. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Draco, Blue Bear. I don't know if you saw me open the first 2 copies of this. This is the 3rd copy of Incandescent Area, the poor man's Anger of the Gods. Much more difficult to cast, needing red, green, and white. And it only deals damage to each non-token creature. Most of the dinos are, well, normal creatures. There is the 3/3 dinosaur trample tokens, but yeah, poor man's Anger of the Gods. That's what I'm gonna call this. Hey, I subject myself to pretty much only dinos all the time, forever. Some people would call that hell. Some people just don't understand how someone can do that. Basically one deck all the time, no matter what. But you guys have seen dinos can do quite fantastic. Or if you guys know the meme of the kid, a young kid asking for something, and then the mother says, oh no, we have that at home. And oftentimes at home it's a cheaper version, a far lesser version. So the kid asks for, oh, Mom, can I have Anger of the Gods? No, son, we have Anger of the Gods at home. And then it shows a picture of this. Not so good, not so good. But no, I think let's do Meeting of the 5 Dinos. Meeting of the 5 color dinos, which would include all the elder ones. Tetzamok, Nezahul, Itali, Galta, and Zetalpa. Ooh, that I like the sounds of that. Yeah, very specific. It could be good. Certainly. It does need a lot of build around, but yeah, Meeting of the 5 Dinos. I think I'm onto something there. Oh, Titan of Industry. I've actually been pretty excited about this. If somebody is interested in elementals, I think this is a fantastic card. 3 color spells. I should really read that. So, Zetalpa? No. Zakama. Well, they both start with Z. Zakama, Primal Calamity, and Gishath. Okay. There we go. 3 colors. Well, hey, if that's the only dinos, then those are pretty much the 2 best dinos. Of course, the Queen, Galta, but... Okay. Zakama and Gishath it is. Let's go. Oh, Titan artwork looks fantastic, but if somebody is in Elemental Tribal, I think this is very, very fantastic. Reach Trample. Excuse me. 7/7. You choose 2, destroy an artifact or enchantment, you gain life, you make a 4/4, Rhino Warrior, or you put a shield counter on a creature you control. That is good, and shield counters, new with this set. If a permanent with a shield counter on it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. So it's kind of, in a way, a little bit like Indestructible. It's temporary Indestructible, sort of. So it's quite versatile. I think that would be a pretty good top end to maybe Tamer, blue, red, and green, kind of ramping elemental tribal deck. Certainly does a lot of work. It's nice seeing a pretty cool Swiss Army knife creature for elementals there. Horde Hauler? Well, maybe not so much. Vehicles. Dinos have a hard time driving vehicles, so it doesn't really fit there too well. But whenever Horde Hauler deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token for each artifact they control. So that's interesting. In this new Explorer format, if there's a pretty popular artifact deck that creeps up, Horde Hauler here could potentially make a lot of treasure tokens. I don't think there will be a really popular artifact deck in Explore, but we'll see. We'll see. Something to keep in mind, potentially. It costs red, so it's certainly easy to cast. It only costs 1 red, which is quite nice. The Crew 3, that could be kind of nice, making use of Drover of the Mighty, which sits at a 3/3. He'd be pretty nice crewing this and making more treasure. Tap, sacrifice, add 1 mana of any color, so it's kind of like what Drover of the Mighty already does, tapping for 1 mana of any color. So I could see that pairing quite nice. And Drover is a human. He has opposable thumbs, so he would be able to drive a vehicle. So it works. That works. But only Drover. Oh, Dylan. Rakdos Anvil. I have seen some whispers about that. I'm not too worried about it if I have to go Jund and start using Culling Ritual again. Culling Ritual, for anybody that doesn't know, 2 and a green and a black. Destroy all non-land permanents with mana value 2 or less. That's very debilitating against Rakdos Anvil. Shuts down lots of stuff. Not just that deck, but if Rakdos Anvil starts to be very, very popular, I'm probably going to go back to Jund, at least for a little bit, for Culling Ritual. Second Ginny Fae, well, I guess maybe if next year for April Fools I make a dog cat tribal, but I'm thinking next year's April Fools will be unicorn tribal. That'd be pretty funny. But maybe cat dog tribal. I don't know. I might make a poll in a couple months and have that decide what I play for April Fools. Coming up here in quite some time. Oh, there we go. This is very interesting. Bootlegger's Stash. Again, this would be pretty fantastic in foil. 5 and a green. Artifact. Lands you control have. Tap. Create a treasure token. I mean, it does cost a lot. The effect is completely, absolutely redundant. So if this is something you really want to see, maybe you have a couple copies and you draw a second copy of Bootlegger's Stash, that would just make me shed tears, because having a second Bootlegger's Stash out is, well, it's not good. You would imagine crime families, criminal syndicates, that sort of thing, they want to diversify, maybe spread out their stashes, of course, so if their stashes hit, they don't lose absolutely everything. That would make sense to me. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, maybe it costs too much. Maybe a person wanting to play this, they have ways to tutor out an artifact, so if they're looking for it, they just grab it from their library with various abilities, spells, that sort of thing. 100 times better. I don't know. It might be 1,000 times better than Meeting of the Five. 10,000 times better. Let's not get crazy here, but it's true. It's true. Bootlegger's Stash is better than Meeting of the Five. Perhaps just slightly. Reservoir Quacken. That's not a duck. Reservoir Kraken. Yes. Pretty sweet. 2 and 2 blue. A 6/6 trample. Ward 2. At the beginning of each combat. If it's untapped, an opponent may tap it. But if they do, you create a 1/1 blue fish, which that's pretty sweet art for a fish, just floating around in the air in a self-contained bubble. And it can't be blocked. Well, that's decent. That would be pretty cool for something mono blue, Krakens, Leviathan, Tribal, something like that. Meeting of the Five. They should have made a new rarity, Draco, for Meeting of the Five that is lower than common. I don't know what they would do for lower than common, what color they would use. Probably brown. Yeah, make a new brown rarity that is even worse than common. The symbol is some disgusting brown color. I don't know. But yeah, Kraken's Blue Bear, that one seems pretty sweet. Mysterious Limousine. Again, dinos cannot use this. Only Drover and Otepec Huntmaster can drive the Mysterious Limousine, and it's cost 2 white. I think that's probably too awkward for me. Again, if something costs 2 white, I try to keep it to a dino. Of course, Trapjaw Tyrant does cost 3 and 2 white, but with Secluded Courtyard, Unclaimed Territory, able to help cast that third color that I add, whether it's black, whether it's white, potentially blue down the line. It does help, but this, not a dino. It's a vehicle. Again, dinos, no opposable thumb, so that's a no-no for me. Now, yeah, could take up. Some of the basics, they are very nice, definitely. Widespread thieving, huh? Cast a multicolored spell, create a treasure token. Then you may pay one of any kind. I don't want to do that. So this definitely looks like it would go in a deck that's doing a lot of stuff treasure related, so that they're able to pay the 1 of each color cost. When they do pay it, they get to play that exile card. I don't see myself using that. Oh, 100%. There are some fantastic uncommons, and yeah, still some commons that are quite lovely. Niv Mizzet maybe? Oh, okay. I could see that. Oh, bam. There we go. Yeah, I think having a monocolor card in the deck, although they try to have various combinations, so technically something that is just red is a combination, I believe, so they may consider it potentially. But another rare wild card. We're at 7 rare wild cards at the moment. All right, we're gonna have Topiary Stomper. Hopefully I get at least 1 copy each of the Naya and the Jund Lands. Zayator's Envoy. I don't think I'll be playing that. Technically, I could play it potentially one day in Jund. 4 for a 5/4 trample. Pretty decent. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of your library. You may you may play a land from the top or cast a spell with mana value less than or equal to the damage dealt from the top without paying its mana cost. Pretty decent, but I do use a lot of fairly costly stuff. So the thing I reveal, there could be a pretty good chance I'm not able to play it. Maybe it's Regis or Alpha. They block a little bit of damage from Zayator's Envoy, and I reveal Regis or Alpha. Can't play them. But I could see this being pretty decent. If the curve for a particular deck is a little bit lower, you'd likely be able to cast whatever non-land or creature that you reveal a little bit more consistently. But with dinos being some of them a little bit more costly, it might be a little bit unfortunate. Extraction Specialist. Huh. 2 and a white. Lifelink, when it enters the battlefield, return target creature with mana value 2 or less. Oh, so it can save one of the 3 amigos. Otepec Huntmaster, Marauding Raptor, or Drover of the Mighty. I guess that could be kind of interesting. Can't attack or block. That actually wouldn't be too bad, because the cost reduction from Otepec Huntmaster doesn't turn off the cost reduction. You could still potentially tap Otepec Huntmaster. It's not like the creature with mana value 2 or less has its abilities turned off. So that actually could be pretty decent. Sometimes I just don't want to attack with Marauding Raptor as well. I do like to make use of that temporary buff, as I'm sure we all do, if it's sitting at 4 power, 6 power, something like that. But that still could be pretty decent. saving one of the three amigos. Oh, I pretty much have a deck list ready to go. I'll finish this up. I'll whip something up quickly. At least do a couple matches. Workshop War Chief. 5/3. Gain 3 life. Yeah. Yeah, I'll whip. Oh, another copy. Nah. I'll whip up a list real quick featuring Topiary Stomper for sure. Another Cut Your Losses, second copy. Alright, let's go for that Topiary. Sanctuary Warden, it's an angel. I don't play angels. Angel Dino. Angelic Dinos. Ooh, mythics, good. 8 rares. 4 mythics. I'm rolling in it tonight. Shakedown heavy? No. Second copy of this card. Bant colors? No. Oh, Explorer. Yes, definitely. Going to be trying that out. Probably going to be facing some fairly different stuff, I think, with this format. A lot of stuff that isn't legal in it, being mirror to... Oh, another copy of wiretapping. Okay. Dino tapping, perhaps. That's what I would call a list featuring that card, but I'm very excited. Daughter's birthday was good. She had 2 little donuts for breakfast this morning, and that's pretty much her favorite thing. She saw me bring a box in just before I went to work, and the second her eyes spotted that little box of donuts, she says, "Donuts, donuts," jumps up on the couch, "Donuts, donuts, 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 donuts." And she didn't stop saying that until I handed her 2 little donuts, one in each hand to keep her occupied, and that seemed to tide her over quite nicely. But yeah, overall, it went quite well. Thanks for asking. And I did mention that you did wish her happy birthday. I'll show her on stream here at some point. Maybe if I start a little bit earlier, because, yeah, usually she goes to sleep about 8:30. But yo, Guccio, good stuff. Very exciting. Glad you built your first historic dinos, or possibly explorer dinos, since they do transfer over quite nicely. But yes, happy to hear that. All right, 2 more after this. Mastros, not using that. Oh, I got it. The second to last, I got a copy of the Naya Land. Oh, all right, I was a little bit worried. I wanted to get at least 1 copy of one of those. This is good. This is good. Saves me a wild card. All right, Topiary Stomper. If this is the last one... Well, that's not Topiary Stomper. That's not even close to Topiary Stomper. Even Heartstabber. Nah, okay. That's about the farthest thing from a Topiary Stomper, I imagine. But also, seeing the deck limit increase to 100, very fantastic. I do have many variations of dinos. My goodness, that's a lot. Wow. But I'm going to be whipping up something for you guys here live. It's going to be a good time. Shouldn't take too long, so definitely bear with me. EXP just for Explorer there. All right, Topiary. Yeah, I do like Rampaging. I'll stick with Rampaging for Osodon, Deathgorge Scavenger as well, just because They've been so fantastic the past couple nights. Having some low-cost dinos, lots of stuff to play. Turn 3, turn 4, a bunch of bodies, and sometimes very key bodies. Shutting down life gain, of course, with rampaging there. Gotta remove those basics. Way too many basics. I'll slap Ripjaw into the sideboard. Forgetting anything? Don't think so. Tamios, of course. Tamiyop, not Tamiop, Tamio. I don't really use the auto land thing. Yeah, no. I was thinking, Alan Pep, about Commune with Dinosaurs, but I have liked switching out Tamios for Commune. Oftentimes, Tamios seems to have been a little bit more useful, saving the key thing. Sometimes saving Otepic Hunt Master. If I've delayed playing it until turn 3, I do have 1 mana left up to protect it from what has been removal, oftentimes. Then come around to turn 4, I play my 4th land. I play something like Regisaur Alpha for 4 and basically just run away with things after that. Mana ramp, I got cost reduction and some ramp with Drover of the Mighty, so actually I'll remove 1 copy of him, but pseudo ramp, you could say, sometimes better than ramp. Cost reduction is always allowing you to potentially play more than 1 thing a turn, where Drover of the Mighty again is only helping to play 1 thing. Explorer is a true to paper format. Eventually Explorer, the format is just going to be changed completely to Pioneer, but until they have enough cards from the Pioneer paper format on Arena, they're going to leave it named Explorer. So probably maybe a year or so is my guess. They'll have enough cards that they can switch the name of the format over to Pioneer, and as you play your deck on that format, you could just take the exact same copy in paper down to your local game store and play that. Lovely to have that option now. But I may bring, going back to your comment, Alan Pep, I may bring Commune with Dinosaurs eventually, but I've just been loving Tamios a little bit more. All right, 38 Topiary. It's land time. So again, going to Topiary Stomper. When it enters the battlefield, we're searching for a basic land. Ranging Raptors it is similar to, and whenever I bring in Ranging Raptors, I like to start with 6 basic lands, 6 or 7, just to give, again, the potential to really go off. Maybe I've played a couple basic lands already, and those may be the only basic lands I have, and then I'm just not getting that nice value, nice potential value from Topiary Stomper. So whenever something cares about basic lands, searches for a basic land, I try to have around 6 or 7 in the deck. Of course, I mean, my favorite basic mountain art is this one from Unglued, I believe. The second unset back in 2003, 2004, I think. But yeah, oh, I love that. I was thinking of a 3 mountain, 3 forest split, but with the introduction of Topiary Stomper needing 2 green, Shifting Ceratops also needs 2 green, Galta, of course, the queen, Drover the Mighty, if it's reduced, can only be a green. So there's a lot of green stuff. There is a heavier requirement, certainly with Topiary Stomper. So for tonight, at least, I'll go with 2 mountains, 4 forests. I might make it 1 mountain and something like 5 forests down the line, but we'll start with 2 and 4 tonight. Oh, I almost forgot. Lair of the Hydra, Blue Bear. Everybody else watching, that's good. I caught myself, so you guys didn't have to catch it for me. Okay, we got that one copy in. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, wow! Already, my goodness! I was hoping to go through the packs a little bit sooner, but we'll get at least a couple matches in. Of course, this doesn't happen very often. I think it's nice to at least see the pack opening. Again, it's not going to happen all the time. But I did open the Topiary Stomper, so that is lovely stuff. Alrighty. What else was I adding? Oh, yes. Chandra, of course. Awakened Inferno. That's been fantastic. Oh, Roiling Vortex, yes. 8 again on those control decks. Chip away at them with the ping damage from Roiling. Further hate on life gain by paying 1 red. Opponents can't gain life. Very good stuff. And Cinder Vines. Alrighty, good to go. We cover non-creature spells, chipping away, artifact enchantment removal, hate on life gain, chip away with damage. If they want to cast stuff for free, if no mana was spent to cast it, 5 damage. Chandra, I mean, she just does everything. And of course, Ripjaw. I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, Chandra can't be countered. Ripjaw Raptor, or Carnage Tyrant, I should say, can't be countered. It definitely is hard to choose. I think at least for tonight, I'll go with Chandra. Either one, well, it's good stuff. It's a headache for control decks. Either of those. Craft Doll, oh nuts. And I'm still left with 6 rares and 4 mythics. I got the playset of the card I wanted, so I'm laughing now. Not sure what I'll redeem first, the Naya land or the Naya Triome. Oh, yes, my draft. I got to finish that at some point. Hopefully that gets me a few more packs. Best of 3 new ranked Explorer. Is it only best of 1? Oh, I think it's still glitched, I believe. Well, that's no good. I definitely Draco with Topiary Stomper, collected company dinos. That's something I need to look into a little bit more seriously, but yeah, I think it's still glitchy. That's to be expected, of course. Unfortunately, we've all faced glitchy releases whenever a set comes out. Maybe I can still go into play mode. No? Bot match? Can I not play anything? Huh. That is odd. I'll exit it, I'll reopen, and hopefully, maybe that clears things out. Cross your fingers. But this certainly seems like a very glitchy release, maybe more than others. It's hard to say. Something seems like it always breaks at the very least. That's kind of scary art right there. All these things looking at me. Yikes. Oh, I gotta select a deck. Was I not selecting a deck? Nuts. That might help. That might help. Play SNC. I did redeem that code. All right, Alan Pep. Thank you for that. I can't believe I missed selecting a deck. The glitch was me. Alrighty, here we go. At least one match here tonight. Probably 2. What time is it? Yeah, I can squeak out at probably 2. Alrighty, Ranked Explorer, let's go. Maybe they're scared to put anybody against dinos. It took them about 30 seconds there, so they're like, oh, what's going to happen? Pat's fan 6. Maybe they'll be a fan of dinos after this. Ooh. That looks good. Yeah, 4 lands, Huntmaster, Drover, Rampaging if it is something life gain related. But it doesn't look like that's the case, especially with Yorion there. And they're a serious Yorion player. They got the full art. So this could be scary. They may be an expert with Yorion. Oh boy. This might be something different this match. Once they get going. They did mulligan once, so that's a positive. Interesting, a mountain to start. I did not expect a mountain from Yorion. Ooh, is this a different variation deck that... Oh, we got some shenanigans going on here today. Well, that's fantastic, having lots of basics. Don't really have to worry. Drover the Mighty, certainly. If Drover survives, I'm able to go Huntmaster for 2 next turn, plus Rampaging for Asadon. So, cross the fingers. If I do have a Dino for 3 and Huntmaster, definitely I do prefer going Drover of the Mighty. Just to be able to do that with 4 mana on turn 3. Huntmaster plus Rampaging there. Or Deathgorge Scavenger, potentially. Hopefully they don't counter anything. Kill something. I don't know what they got going on. No, it's okay to be expected. Killing stuff, killing the lands, killing the cheap creatures. Yeah, I still have no idea what their overall game plan is. Is it... I don't know. Yeah. Shifting Ceratops? No. I could give Shifting Ceratops haste with Drover the Mighty, but might as well just go Regis or Alpha. Hope they don't have a sweeper. Then maybe the Hasty Queen next turn. That would be a fantastic way to start things off here. I could see him having a sweeper though. They don't. Okay. Well, they're trying to kill things. Somewhat. Seems sort of like a control-y type deck. Cascading Cataracts though. Pay 5, tap it. Add 5 mana in any combination of colors. So it could just be a sort of generic 5-color Yorion good stuff. That's always been my favorite way to name decks that just jam all the sweetest spells in various color combinations. Similar to 5-color Niv Mizzet, which that deck might have been 5-color Niv Mizzet. I don't think it was though. This is best of 3. Best of 3. I try to always play best of 3 dinos. I think they definitely excel in that due to the sideboard options and potential, but Cindervines, I could see them having less creatures, so Cindervines might chip away quite nicely. I think I'll drop Otepic Huntmaster, definitely just seeing Flame Blessed Bolt and them seeing Drover of the Mighty, sometimes sitting at 1 toughness. They're gonna potentially be killing those 2 buddies. It does free up some good space for... let's see. Nah, I'm gonna go with Cindervines. I feel there could be some problematic, big, powerful artifacts and enchantments, and they probably don't have a lot of creatures, so getting a couple Cindervines down might do the trick, chipping away. Oh yes, it can be best of 1 or best of 3, whichever you want. You got that option. But that looks all right. I mean, hopefully getting to at least a 3rd land there, but Sheltered Thicket, as always. Fantastic turn 1. I think I would actually somewhat feel pretty confident with this particular list going into best of 1, just due to the fact I have Rampaging Ferocidon and Deathgorge Scavenger. I'm able to bring some pain to graveyard-related decks, life gain decks, that sort of thing. I feel like I should wait, though. It's kind of unfortunate seeing 3 copies of the Queen. I feel like Drover the Mighty, he's probably going to eat some sort of removal. They potentially had 1 red for that Flame Blessed Bolt. Probably a wide variety of things that could have killed Drover the Mighty. So hopefully I draw a 3rd land next turn. Well, that is not a 3rd land, but it does have 3 toughness. So it may be a little harder to kill. I think I almost have to decline this. I really want that 3rd land. No, I'm going to put it back on top. Oh, 100% Blue Bear. And they should separate best of 1 and best of 3. Oh, Fires of Invention. So, Cinderclasm. Good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, separate best of 1 and best of 3. You shouldn't be able to fly up the ladder with some random best of 1 deck that just does something cheesy, get into Mythic, and then just play best of 3. That's never really made sense to me. I definitely think, well, hopefully down the line they do make ranked a little bit better in that regard. There's the best of 1 queue, there's the best of 3 queue. I think this is just going to be too slow. I'm going to decline it. I really want to get to that 3rd land. Ooh, the Cinder Vines. Nah, I'm going to try for Drover. Hope he survives. Cross the fingers. But if Drover dies as well, I don't know about this. It's nice seeing Cindervines potentially taking out Fires of Invention there. Leave that up for anybody that forgets about it, hasn't seen it. They can cast spells only during their turn and no more than 2 spells each turn. But they can cast spells with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands they control without paying the mana cost. So it gets very nasty sometimes. Cleansing Wildfire, again, it's not too bad. Hopefully that 3rd land comes up soon. Oh, okay, there we go. Good stuff. All right, we got options. Cindervines. I feel they may have some sort of counter spell. I'm going to go with Deathgorge, though, see if it draws something out. Maybe another Ether Gust. Now try and pressure the Chandra here a little bit, because I really don't want them getting that emblem. Okay, good. Oh, I was getting a little worried there. That would have been pretty bad. That would have spelled our doom if they had gotten the emblem from Chandra. The emblem, for anybody that doesn't know, whenever they cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to any target. So that basically, I would think, finishes us off quite quickly. Ooh, Golos. That's actually not that bad, because Golos is an artifact. Cindervines, phew, done for. I think that's going to make them shed some tears. That's okay. I think definitely I have to kill Golos this turn with Cindervines, if it's not countered, of course. Yeah, Just get him gone. That may have saved me there. And it's pretty nice. I still have one potentially left up to protect Drover with Tamio's safekeeping. 5 potential mana. Come next turn, if I don't draw land, I can still go Regisaur Alpha. But I'll definitely continue to pressure the Chandra here. Hopefully taking it out sometime soon. Oh, I was actually hoping for Shifting Ceratops. Somewhat. But I still want to go Regisaur Alpha. I could have some nasty stuff in hand still. Try for Regisaur. I won't attack with anything, and if they didn't kill anything next turn, could be pretty nice. They may attack with the Bone Crusher there. Potentially, maybe swing with Yorion Sky Nomad. But a Ghalta for 2, the Queen next turn. Cross your fingers. That might do it. Could be very nasty. Definitely if I get a 5th land, I could potentially go Shifting Ceratops plus Ghalta. I think that would do it. Shark Typhoon, that might not be good.
My lucky day.
I don't think they want to cast that Anger of the Gods. They would take out Bone Crusher. Yeah, that would not have been good. I would have liked if they cast it. This is probably getting away from us. Oh, swinging with both. I take it. Oh, this might be good. Well, it's a land. But 100% gotta be Ghalta. Big damage. Let's go. It's now or nothing. Now or never. I think they still have it. Yeah, we'd only deal 15. Both things have to block something. Now the question is, Yorion for 4, Chandra... No, that's not going to do it. Close. That was pretty close, but Chandra, Torch of Defiance, would have dealt 2 damage with her +1 there, and then would have had to been hit by Yorion, which would have taken us out, unfortunately. Could have played a second copy of Ghalta for 2. That would have blocked the Bone Crusher, but still we would have been taken 4, plus the 2 with Chandra's ability there would have finished us off. If I had an extra mana, might have been able to go with Tamio's Safekeeping to just simply gain that 2 life. I'll keep it as is, though. Definitely that Cinder Vine's going to be pretty nice, taking out Shark Typhoon there, or Fires of Invention. That would be pretty good. So hopefully we see a Cinder Vines early on. And that'll definitely make me consider whatever hand has that. Ooh, that's not going to do it. 1 land. Oh. I mean, if Drover survives, I'm going to risk it. Again, it could be a lot worse. Yeah. I was thinking of sending Shifting Ceratops to the bottom just to be maybe a little bit more consistent in case I don't draw that third land or that fourth land. But again, hopefully Drover survives at least a couple turns. At least until I can get a dinosaur down and then increase his power and toughness. 2 Drovers, okay, that's decent. At least they didn't have a source of red, so they couldn't kill Drover. But they might kill him here. That's to be expected. Alright, hopefully this one survives. He does not. Double Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher. Soul Crusher. Nuts. Hey, there we go. Death Gorge. Exile a creature. Hopefully they don't have something that deals 2 damage or counters it. Huh. Alrighty. Certainly it's going to be pretty telling if they don't kill him. They could draw something for 1 red that deals 2 damage, so we may be losing Death Gorge this turn. Oh, okay. So they don't have something for 1 red, instant speed, deal 2 damage. It seems pretty much confirmed there. Oh, I was like, oh, I got 3 lands rampaging. No rampaging. Wait and see if they swing with the Bone Crusher. Trade with Death Gorge. Chandra, she's probably killing Death Gorge, I think.
When people start screaming, this will be easy.
Oh, that's not so good. Alrighty. Ooh, this is a little painful. 3 forests as the only land so far. That's bound to happen sometimes. You know, you got a lot of basics. They're not dual lands, and you need at least 1 source of red, and you don't get it. You play 1 deck enough, you will run into situations just like this. That's alright though. I'm having a good time. Hopefully you guys are as well. But I want to take out that Bone Crusher at the very least. Oh, this is it's variance. Certainly you don't expect to have 3 forests and then draw back to back to back rampaging Ferocidons. That does not happen every day. Come on, source of red, cross the fingers.
Yup, you're going down.
Always a good time, always. Always room for improvement. One more turn. 1 source of red. Oh, I mean, at the very least, Alan, it's an interesting experience. Certainly I could get upset, but again, like I say, you're going to get crazy, swingy matches. Sometimes you get exactly what you want. You get stuff like this, and it's going to happen, guaranteed. You play this game enough. I don't think it's something to get upset about at all. Maybe if I was, of course, Diamond 1, well, there's a red source. But it was quite a few turns too late. If I wanted to play something, it still really wouldn't matter. Yorion flying is just going to swing in and kill us. So, that's how it goes sometimes. Man. Haven't had something like that in quite some time. Oh, 100%. I gotta play at least 1 more match for you guys. I want to see what I face. I haven't really faced a Yorion deck quite like that, or Fires of Invention a whole lot. I did think Fires of Invention might be coming out to some degree. Maybe we face Winota. And speaking of Winota, I don't have something that deals 4 damage to take Winota out. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, you look at the top 6 cards and you can put any human from the top 6 cards onto the battlefield just for free. So if you're attacking with multiple non-humans, nasty stuff, you guys may have played that deck before, may have seen it. So I definitely think we'll see Winota join our forces at some point. Maybe not tonight, but certainly Fires of Invention, that could also be a pretty big player. Ooh, going first, marauding. It's maybe a little bit too many lands. Well, we can make that work. Oh, we're seeing Rakdos colors. At the very least, we didn't see a turn 1 Thoughtseize, but you know, the good old Fatal Push, Bloodchief's Thirst. At the very least, I still got to play Rampaging Notodon. Yes. Interesting. Oh, Rakdos Anvil. You said it. Oh, Topiary Stomper though. We see it. Finally. Good stuff. Let's go. Forest. Bam. Oh. Excited. The new icon, the avatar here, that is Obnixilis. Obnixis? I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, there definitely is some crazy combos. The first time seeing Rakdos Anvil, quite similar to its historic variant. Oh, they thought Topiary Stomper could block, so we saved ourselves a little bit there. Good stuff. I don't think they're going to recover from this too easily. Bam, I'm just going to apply massive pressure. Actually, no, I'll just attack with Marauding Raptor. Having the token as a 3/3, that would be a pretty good headache, especially if it can't trade with one of the tiny tokens that they have, or tiny creatures. But hopefully I can still get this done against Rakdos Anvil. Eventually I will get to 7 lands, so I will be able to attack with Topiary Stomper here. Very fantastic. Hopefully next turn it's at least some dino, some other dino, maybe Topiary Stomper, another one, which would have gotten us to 7 lands if I had another copy, but Tamiyo's safekeeping also is going to be pretty good. This is, I think, plenty of pressure here. Definitely. If they try to kill something, of course, we got the backup, Tamiyo's, to save stuff. Going to be making lots of food tokens. But luckily they don't have a Cauldron Familiar, so they can't do that shenanigans with sacrificing the Cauldron Familiar, bringing it back with a food token. You know the drill. It's a headache. At the very least, I think with the prevalence of this Rakdos Anvil deck, the likely prevalence of it, probably Blast Zone is something I gotta keep in mind. At the very least, destroying permanents or non-land permanents with mana value 1 would be pretty fantastic. Also mana value of 2, taking out the Oni Cult Anvil there would be quite nice. But I may have to bring in Blast Zone at the very least. Ooh, that is not good. The Meat Hook Massacre. So Tamiyo's safekeeping, it doesn't save anything when it is a -X/-X. Indestructible, unfortunately, doesn't do anything. That's not good. Good stuff, though. They're bringing it back around. Ooh, hey, Lair of the Hydra. There we go. Good, good stuff. I'm glad I remembered that copy. So next turn, Carnage could definitely survive a Meat Hook Massacre. To kill Carnage Tyrant, they would have to cast, or they would have to have 8 mana, so 2 black for Meat Hook plus 6 for X, which they're quite a ways away from having 8 total mana to be able to kill something like Carnage Tyrant. Yes, definitely, Draco, I will be trying out Riveteer's Charm 100% whenever I do go back to Jund Dinos. That's going to be, oh, lovely. Again, having something that's a Swiss Army knife can do a lot of things against a pretty wide range of decks. 100%. Yeah, something like Carnage Tyrant having 6 toughness, pretty good chance. Tamios. Protect Lair of the Hydra. Make him lose 2 life. That's alright. At least gain some value from Tamios there. Unfortunately, I was hoping to save it just to protect Lair of the Hydra. So hopefully, well, they will just sacrifice that token, unfortunately. Oh, but Death Gorge, I do like that. 1, 2. Alright, so I can make Lair of the Hydra 3/3 and still have 3 left over to play Death Gorge. That's good. See what they do to it. Definitely probably blocking, sacrificing that token in response. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Mayhem Devil, that is going to be a pain. Definitely. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this has confirmed it. I am going back to Jund. Just can't really get a foothold. That Meat Hook Massacre, that was devastating, to say the least. There are some spells that, for instant speed, they do increase the toughness of creatures we control, so it would help us survive, actually, something like Meat Hook Massacre. If we give all creatures we control +0/+5, I believe it's tower defense, so for 1 in a green, creatures you control get +0/+5 in reach, which would help against various flying things. We would survive pretty much anything, giving 5 toughness to everybody, and survive a Meat Hook Massacre. Pings from Mayhem Devil, if they're hoping to kill something. Let's make this Lair of the Hydra, though, a 4/4. Yes. Make sure we're still able to go Marauding Raptor. Okay, decent stuff. I'll still go with Marauding. They may expend lots of resources to kill it. Hopefully that's not the case, but back and forth match, you said it. Man, it's oh, Culling Ritual. My goodness. Would be love. Oh, it did too. Yeah, this might do it. And Culling Ritual would take out Meat Hook Massacre since... Where is it? There it is. Since technically it does have a mana value of 2. X is 0. It has just 2 black, so Culling Ritual to also take out Meat Hook Massacre. The Oni Cult Anvils, Witches Ovens. Yeah, 100%. After this match, I am finishing the place. Well, I don't think I'm getting through anything with this. If I wanted to attack with Lair of the Hydra, they would, of course, still sacrifice. And, yeah. We're not going to be busting through anytime soon. But, Chandra Awakened Inferno. I like the sounds of that. Of course, Rampaging Ferocidon, as long as he can survive. They got lots of little tokens, little things. Life gain from Meathook Massacre. The cat, Cauldron Familiar. Rampaging Ferocidon would be lovely. Cindervines, destroying artifacts and enchantments. I do like that. Ripjaw, yeah. Switch Ripjaw with Shifting Ceratops. Chandra, yeah. They do have some graveyard related things, but not a whole lot. And of course with Cauldron Familiar, they can just respond by sacrificing a food and bringing the cat back, while Death Gorge's trigger is on the stack there. If we tried to exile the cat from the graveyard, if they have a Witch's Oven, or if they have a food token up, even if they have a Witch's Oven, they'll likely sacrifice some other creature to make the food, then sacrifice the food to bring the cat back to the battlefield. So really, Death Gorge Scavenger doesn't all that often be able to get rid of Cauldron Familiar. I still like Topiary Stomper. Although I'll cut 3, just because I want to keep things quite aggressive. Now, I probably could have just kept Shifting Ceratops because it does have the potential for trample, getting through a little bit more damage with all those little creatures that a deck like Rakdos Anvil has. Ooh, that's a keeper. Yes, indeed. We got our Source of Red, at the very least. We got Cindervines, which I was hoping for. Potentially taking out the Meathook Massacre, the Anvil, something like that. I am going to risk it. The land they played is tap, so hopefully Huntmaster survives. It would be lovely if that was the case. Okay, I think I'll probably take out that Witch's Oven next turn. Fatal Push. Oh, Marauding Raptor. No. And that's also a clunky thing. It's nice having at least 2 sources of red early on. Of course, it would have been lovely being able to go Tepic Huntmaster plus Marauding Raptor this turn, but that is not the case. Just going to be Huntmaster. And I still have 1 forest left for Tamio's safekeeping. They'll likely want to kill this guy, so being able to protect him, that's going to be good, and could potentially go off quite nicely next turn. Alright, Tamio's save the Huntmaster in case they were going to kill it. I think they probably would want to get rid of Marauding Raptor anyways. Maybe Rampaging. Or Cindervine. Oh, yes. They're worried about Rampaging. So they may have another Fatal Push, something that kills a creature with mana value 2 quite easily. But definitely seeing this Cauldron Familiar. I kind of want to take out Witch's Oven. Nah, I'm going to go for Marauding Raptor. Keep the potential of Regisaur Alpha. Swing with Huntmaster, even though they'll block it, sacrifice it in response, but force them to do it. Hopefully they don't discard Regisaur. Next turn could be quite lovely. Ooh, okay, I gotta get rid of that Witch's Oven. Luckily they don't have 2 Witch's Ovens, but... Oh, more lands. Okay. Don't even need to think about it. Let's increase the pressure here. Yes, indeed. I'm just going to attack with everything. If they sacrifice full dare and epicure in response, we still would get through the full damage. But yeah, no, that makes sense. It's going to be a cat. Still get through a decent bit with the token there. Oh, I need that Witch's Oven gone. Mayhem Devil is going to be painful. Alright, Cindervines, let's go. Let's not mess around. Take it out. Now perhaps it would have been good actually playing Drover the Mighty first, unfortunately, since Marauding Raptor is going to kick the can. I won't be able, or I won't have enough mana to play Drover, so that could have been better. At the very least, we are seeing the Witch's Oven say goodbye. Alrighty. I'd be happy if I took out Mayhem Devil, but I think they definitely want to preserve him, so getting through Regisaur Alpha at the very least, that feels good. Uh-oh. Bad things will continue to happen. Well, they don't have a lot of stuff in hand. I mean, I don't have a lot of stuff in hand. Double Drover, well, it's pretty decent. They're 3/3s, so hard to deal with, certainly. Now the question is, yeah, I'll attack with Regisaur Alpha. Mayhem Devil plus a cat. I could certainly see that happening. Bringing the Drovers down to 1. That's a little weak, but I do like getting rid of Mayhem. Oh, they have another one. Well, that's not good. Ooh, marauding. Alright, back to 3. Let's go. Oh boy. Or also Anger of the Gods, now that I think about it. I don't actually have to go with Jund. Anger of the Gods, dealing 3 damage, taking out Mayhem Devil and all the other little things. Blue Bear, especially our favorite sweeper. I think I might actually go that for a little bit. Definitely taking out the Mayhem Devil, that helps. But this does not. Shifting Ceratops. Well, I can't play Regisaur Alpha. Let's see. Nah, I'm not going to be killing them, unfortunately. They'll hit me for 3, 4, sacrifice various things with Oni Cult Anvil. They do have Den of the Bugbears. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Definitely with Den of the Bugbear there. That's 4, plus Mayhem Devil, 7, 8. Sacrificing is another 1 from Oni Cult, plus 1 from Mayhem Devil with something getting sacrificed. Yeah, that's going to do it, unfortunately, but lots of interesting things to think about, prepare for, definitely. There's always room for improvement and adaptation. That's certainly going to happen. Preparing, at the very least, for this Rakdos Anvil deck. Anger of the Gods, 100% Blue Bear, Draco, everybody else. I think that would do good enough, similar to Culling Ritual. As long as you can deal 3 damage to everything, taking out the Mayhem Devil, really going to slow him down, and just take out all the small stuff. But hey, how's it going? How's it going? I'm going to do one more match. Let's do one more. squeeze it in here. But man, this is going to be the longest stream of all time, I think. I am looking forward eventually to doing maybe a full 10-hour stream, 12-hour stream, a marathon, something like that. All dinos. Oh, 100%. There's going to be some crazy evolution with Explorer. Yeah, I'll squeak in one more match here. I can make it work. I got enough time. Oh. Woohoo bonus game. Yes, Alan Pep. Looks like mono blue snow though. And this has been a headache in the past a couple times. Of course, I mean, very exciting seeing shifting Ceratops. That is going to be absolutely detrimental to... Oh. Shifting Ceratops is going to be the all-star 100%. Mono blue spirits, you said it. Shifting Ceratops. Bam. What are they going to do? They're going to die. If we can get an early shifting Ceratops against mono blue, they basically just lose, it seems. If they don't have big enough stuff, I just keep swinging. 5 damage. That does the trick. 10-hour stream, yeah. Destroy my voice? I don't know. I think it would last. Yeah, blue decks in this format, I could see that. Blue decks for Blue Bear. But I'm just gonna swing away. Mono blue spirits, yeah, that's... People are preparing for more editions of spirits coming in with Pioneer. Mono blue and Azorius spirits, I believe, is pretty popular in that format. So eventually when we get those cards in Explorer here, and when it does change to Pioneer, yeah, a few Rakdos control, okay. Maybe I do a 24-hour marathon stream. I would get pretty sore. I'm just going to try Ghalta for 2. Okay, it's understandable. I did expect they may have some sort of counterspell, unfortunately, but keep up the aggression. Let's go. They would have to kill us next turn. I don't feel they can do 12. Pretty sure they can't do 12. I might be surprised here, though, unfortunately. 72 hours of magic. Yes. Mono red aggro, best of 3. Very good stuff, yeah. Oh, 100%. Something, anything angel related. It is lovely. Absolutely fantastic. That's 6, 7, 6, 9. That, we got him. Done. That was close. Luckily I got the turn 3 shifting Ceratops, because if I didn't get the turn 3 shifting Ceratops, bad things would have happened. So, I know what I'm prioritizing, game 2. I don't know if you guys can guess what I'm going to prioritize for game 2, but shifting Ceratops. I'm thinking about other stuff, though. They do have some artifacts, or enchantments, I should say, slapping the Curious Obsessions on various spirits. Could be nice taking that out. But again, they don't have a whole lot of non-creature things. It's just, seems to be a lot of cheap spirits. So Cindervines might not... Chandra? Oh. Yeah. That seems good. That could be good, certainly. A lot of fairly weak things, of course, can't be countered by something like Geist Light Snare there. Yes, indeed. Chandra would... seems to be quite lovely. If I can get it down early enough before the Ascendant Spirits go to 4/4, but it would take out other small things, so yeah, Chandra. Definitely. Death Gorge. Seems like a good thing to cut. Not a whole lot of graveyard stuff happening. Keep it as is. Alrighty. Shifting Ceratops, let's go. Turn 3. Hasty, off of Otepic Huntmaster. That'd be the dream. Or maybe Topiary Stomper to help accelerate out to an earlier Chandra. If I just kill all their spirits, I think they'd probably pack it in if that happened as well. Oh, ooh, that's nice. A very good card. Chandra's going to help. Lair of the Hydra could be nice as well. Tamios, of course, to save something. Roll Tide, yes. Stompy Ground turn 1, turn 2 Lair. But they got the turn 1 Ascendant Spirit, so this could get out of control too quickly, unfortunately. Hopefully that's not the case. But I've seen nasty things happen with Ascendant Spirit there. Question is, they got something maybe for 2 that could counter Otepic Huntmaster. I don't have anything to play at the moment. Anything to play that I would want to absolutely protect Huntmaster, I'll give it a go. Hope they don't do anything to it. I didn't go to pre-release, but I'm thinking about it. Or at least getting a pre-release pack, but definitely this set. Oh, it's going to inject so much cool stuff. Nice options. And of course they have the most powerful, basically the most powerful card in the past couple years, Meeting of the Five. Oh, I don't even know why they printed that card, because it's just going to warp pretty much all Eternal formats, even going back to Legacy. Basically, it's broken. 3 of them, that's quite a bit. Probably got some good stuff, I would imagine. Yeah, Mono Blue Spirits also seem to be pretty popular. I'm thinking various sweepers as well. Huh. Okay, if Drover the Mighty can survive, we could see Chandra next turn. Yes, yes, this might do it. Got 1 green to protect him, so we might be safe. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah, let's protect it. Ooh. So we burnt a Spell Pierce. Oh no, how are we going to get out of this? We got it. 6-drop Chandra. Yes. Hopefully this does the trick. They don't have anything. Right. 3 damage each non-elemental. Bam. Dead. And I get the 2/2 token back. Hopefully that helps. Oh, what the heck? I'm keeping Chandra Awakened Inferno in. Coming in hot with the chili pepper. I always knew she was good. I haven't really used her a whole lot in the past, even since she was released, but a great final game, Draco, certainly. I'm happy I pushed myself a little bit to do that, because taking down Mono Blue Spirits in 2, I certainly would expect to at least drop a game from them, because they do some nasty aggressive stuff, but yeah, Chandra did the trick. Of course, a sweeper dealing 3 damage, it could have been cast quite a bit earlier, something that was only a sorcery, like Anger of the Gods, of course, but oh boy, lucky. We didn't see the Queen really a whole lot tonight. Of course, I was opening up packs quite a bit, but it was a fun night, to say the least. the longest stream so far. Eventually one day they will get longer, so thanks everybody for joining. Anybody new? Pug or not? I believe you've been here before, but if it's your first time, definitely thanks for watching. There's always room for improvement. That was pretty sweet. We got a lot of new stuff. Lots to think about. Culling ritual, or something that destroys non-land permanents with a certain mana value. I think it's definitely going to help. But lots of aggressive things. So a sweeper for 2 damage, 3 damage, yeah. Yes, good luck to you, Flaming Draco, Blue Bear, everybody else as well. I will, 100%. Basically, it's always dinos, but I have started to add League of Legends every now and then, but I'm dedicated to dinos. Definitely. Alright, hope you all have a good night, a good morning, whenever it is you're watching, if that's now or later on. I'll see you next time. Actually, I do want to mention I won't have a stream. I won't be streaming on Friday night or Saturday night coming up tomorrow and the night after that, but I'll probably post something, a no-com episode from my phone, playing this Explorer format a little bit more, but look forward to Sunday. I'll be back with a stream. League soon? Yeah, maybe a League stream on Sunday. Maybe a split, some Magic, some League potentially. But yeah, definitely some more League at some point, 100%. Yeah, again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.